Hello, y'all. I'm back. This is the second part to the topic of um, exposing you all to the Zoom meeting I had on November the 5th, 2020. So, this is commentary of some things that I addressed in that particular video and the partiality, and I probably the partiality that was shown um, that was shown by everything that I addressed with the judge. The judge didn't care to hear the fact of me saying that I submitted all these documentations. There's been contradictions to this particular case on a great level. Not only contradictions, there's been, I haven't had due process of law, um, and so forth and so on. Like even my de novo hearing have not been heard yet, heard. So um, I will show y'all, um, I will show y'all the many documents um, that I had sent to the court. Um, the many documents I had sent to the court, and it was just thrown to the side like it's nothing. Like it wasn't considered. It hasn't been considered. It hasn't been heard. Um, not only have I sent these documents to the court, I've also sent every document that I've sent to the court. I've sent to the petition attorney. So she have all these documents, but she's still trying to ask me for um, interrogatories. I've given you all these documents. You still asking me for more. Like it's not hard to see what I've already given you, all the information I've given you this far, and she's asking me for interrogatories. And the judge is playing along like there has not been a lot of information I've sent them. Like, okay, so let's go back to this particular document. If you if you have listened to the court hearing until the end, you will hear the judge telling me that I was to pay. Now you have to cut your volume up because you're not going to hear it. And then I kind of talked over her, but you will hear the judge telling me that I am to pay the petitioner attorney $500 if I don't have the interrogatories in by December the 5th. It's 5 o'clock. All the things that I've already talked about the interrogatories. I have not uploaded them to my page, but I will try to get all these documents uploaded today. Within the next 4 days. I'm gonna say that because it's a lot. It's a lot to do these messages, to still study my Bible and get the word from the Lord. Like it's a lot to do. And so just be patient with me. But y'all should have heard the judge state that I am to pay her $500 if I don't get the interrogatories in by December the 5th, if I don't answer her interrogatories. I did answer. I didn't give her what she wanted because I still have, I'm still covered under the laws of the constitutional law. So just certain things, just unreasonable searches and seizures that I don't have to give you under the 14th Amendment law. Okay, so let's order for sanctions and compelling discovery. Like I said, it says in this document, it is further ordered that Sharetta Clark shall pay the $500 attorney fees directly to Roberto Aguilar's attorney, Ali Crocker Russell of whatever, on or before 5 p.m. on December the 5th, 2020. It was signed by the judge November the 10th. That's not what the judge said, though, but it was signed. I don't know if this was electronically done, somebody did it electronically, or it was actually signed by the judge, but I got this paper stating that the judge signed it. So, and that's not what the judge told me. So once again, like I said, you do not supposed to record, but I do it now because I don't have an attorney, and the judges and the attorney is doing anything they can possibly do to keep my son in Texas. You know, underhanded things they're gonna do, okay, to keep my son in Texas. Okay, so let me show y'all all the documents that I said I was talking about concerning that they have neglected, they have not upheld, they have failed to consider. The first thing, this de novo hearing, my attorney filed this with the court. December the 17th, it was filed with the court. They give you a 3-day grace period after you have had a hearing. They give you 3 days to petition the court and file for a de novo hearing, which my attorney did. My attorney was trying to get me, well, his assistant was trying to get me, and my attorney was trying to get me not to go for a de novo hearing. And said that I shouldn't worry about it because it's going to, whatever he said. But the de novo hearing was filed, and I will put this in the own separate thing. If there's a de novo hearing filed, and I will state the laws that's pertaining to a de novo hearing and what all the law says. If a de novo hearing is filed, they got 30 days to hear, to set. They got within 30 days, the request should be heard. You should go back to court, and a judge should hear your argument. I filed for the de novo hearing because there was a lot of lies. There was many lies that the petitioner said in court on December 13th that I put in my affidavit. I will show you all. And then there was some things that his attorney said and don't even know nothing about me. His attorney said about me and don't know nothing about me, but I'm going to blow both of them out the water, okay? Because I told you all this in my other message. If you look at my other message, I said that I will address everything that the petitioner put in his original affidavit to try to make it seem like I have spiritual instability. Yes, I'm a follower of Jesus Christ. Yes, I believe in the Lord. Yes, I believe in the holy city, Jerusalem. Yes, I believe in Christ Jesus. And that's who I follow. That's who I surrender to. And that's who I lift up my hands to and I worship. So, and it's not of the opinion of the court to judge that because I have a right and it's covered under law. The constitutional law and the family law is covered under it. But it seems as if I'm not covered when it comes to this particular court case. So, not only that, I was saying in there that Mr. Aguilar haven't gotten in his interrogatories to me. That is true. This is a paper my attorney filed. He really didn't file anything. The attorney I had didn't really file anything. I will show you all the papers that I personally did myself because he wasn't filing anything. So, but he did file this original answer saying Sharetta Clark generally, and it shouldn't have been generally, denies all the allegations made by Roberto Aguilar and demands strict proof of such allegations. But what he failed to do, he failed to put the law in there that demands this proof and put how long do they have to submit this proof. They have it. This was filed October the 7th, 2019, and to date, I still don't have no interrogatories from the petitioner, but they want it from me. I fired my attorney because I let go of my attorney. I fired my attorney because he he just wasn't doing what he's supposed to be doing. He took my money and didn't do nothing. I literally all the documents Mr. The petitioner's attorney filed against me, like documents trying to make it seem like I ran away with our son. And y'all, I'm a very upfront person, like straightforward. Um, if I have something on my mind, I'm gonna speak my mind. Um, and that's basically it. So nobody cannot say about me, Sharetta, hold back information. That is not me. If I have something on my mind, on my heart, I speak my mind and I speak truth about the situation, really what happened about the situation. So I don't understand me going through this particular court suit the way I've gone through it, because I've always spoken to Mr. Aguilar and told him what I'm about to do. Before I moved here, I told him that I was moving here. And it's as if I ran off with our son. I mean, they have the petitioner's attorney have filed paperwork like I just ran off with him, basically, in this paperwork. I will submit all this paperwork to y'all. I will do a one-on-one recording with all these documents. Not only that, since I've been here, I went to Texas August of 2018. August of 2018, Ramon was with his father. All these times I stayed in Texas because I drove there and I drove back. And even between times, my son asked his father would he drive here to see him or whatever. He told him no, he's not supposed to do that. That's a waste of his time and da 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 da. So he never came here to actually see Ramon. We have always went there. And so since I drove there, I wasn't going to drive him there, then come back, then go back and get him, But we went August of 2018. We went from December 2018 to after the New Year 2019. We went there, I believe, in March or April. In March, I believe in March of 2019. We went there in July. We were there for 3 weeks. Mr. Aguilar didn't get to take Ramon with him in July. For one, his mother was gone out of town. He didn't have nobody to keep Ramon. He was working. And for another, all these documents that his attorney filed in court about me, and he upholding it like it's the truth. I wasn't going to let Ramon go, but Ramon we went to the movies. He bought Ramon a dog. The dog stayed at my daughter's house with us. Like, he seen Ramon every day. As much as he wanted to see Ramon, I just didn't allow him to take Ramon. So August 2018, before New Year's and after New Year's, he had Ramon. March, he had Ramon. July, he didn't have Ramon. And then I went back December the 13th, and that's when they turned Ramon over. The judge turned Ramon over to the father. So, anyways, and they trying to say that, okay, so I want to correct this. Okay, I want to correct this. No, I'll do it in its own separate video because I want it to be to where people can hear that correction alone and not be in the midst of all this other information, okay? But this is a motion that I filed that I was talking to her about. A motion for continuance. This is the one to talk about. I was telling her that I asked for a motion because there's manipulation in the paperwork. The things that they say is not consistent with the truth, and so forth and so on. It was swept under the rug. I try to always get the documents. I try to always get my documents notarized, but this particular one, for some reason, I didn't get it notarized. but I did send it to the court, and the court has it. Okay. This is another document. This is another document that I sent to the court. I got notarized. This particular one I got notarized, and this document is respondent's motion to dismiss for failure to state a claim. All these documents that I'm telling you now, I'm going to do its own separate video, and I'm going to try to make it short as 10 minutes, okay? And tell you the laws that's concerning the motions. Now, this particular one, respondent's motion to dismiss for failure to state a claim. I had a memorandum I put in there. I had the argument of what I had to say, and it was pushed to the side. She has 14 days to, now we're going by law, and we are administering justice. If the court is administering justice, and the attorney, if the attorney is just, we going by law. If I request for any information from you, you know the law concerning this is 14 days, the person got to answer. By default, the case gets thrown out because they don't answer. The court never made her answer this particular document. And you know why? I do not have an attorney. Another document that I sent to the court, and this was after the motion to sign temporary and intertemporary orders, which was on July the 7th. The hearing that I had, the Zoom meeting that I had with the judge, that particular day, I sent the affidavit in, just explaining the motion for request to enter temporary order, and I put my argument. I sit up and type this, and it's, let me see how many pages. 6 pages, and like I told you before, I always get it notarized. This one was notarized. All these documents were sent to the court and to the petitioner's attorney. I like to be on one accord with what I'm doing. Like, if I'm doing something and there's many people involved that's touching a thing and handling things, I like to be on one accord. If we ain't on one accord, things don't flow the way it should flow, and they don't go the way it should go if nobody's on one accord. And so I've sent the petition attorney all this information. Respondent supporting affidavit right here. This is the original affidavit I sent. I sent this affidavit in as a response to the petition attorney and everything that was going on at the time. And I sent the affidavit. It was sent back to me because what is her name? The coordinator stated that, I'm trying to find it. I don't know where it's at. I'll find it later. But the coordinator stated that she will not forward it to the judge because they don't self-export take communication with the court and so forth and so on, which I sent her a message back in this particular affidavit stating that I am familiar with export take communication. Let me read what it says. And I got this paper notarized too, and the attorney of Mr. Aguilar received this affidavit. So she asked me for interrogatories. Everything that I've stated is in this affidavit. What more do you want? Um, so okay. So anyways, let me show y'all this. I originally sent this to the court, and it did not have a title. It did not say respondent's affidavit. I'm the respondent's affidavit. It did not have a title. It just had the word. I went back to my computer. I titled it. I had got that notarized at first. Let me show you. January the 14th, it was notarized with my signature. Okay. The coordinator sent me a letter saying about ex parte communication. I shouldn't send communications directly to the judge, which I wasn't trying to do. And so I corrected the mistake, and I sent the affidavit back again. And then I revised it. This is my updated version. It's the same information. It just have laws in this affidavit. So that first one has 7 pages. This has 9 pages because I added laws. And the wording is a little different too. But I added laws, same information. I adjusted my wording a little bit. And I sent it back. Revised copy. There's no contradictions in these documents. No contradictions in both documents that I sent to the court. So when I said that I have not had due process of law, I meant that because because I don't have an attorney, they have pushed everything that I have sent the court to the side. And by law, under your constitutional rights, the First Amendment rights is freedom of religion, right to petition, freedom of speech, right to the press. This is what I'm doing. I have a right to express myself on social media. I have a right to petition. I have a right to freedom of speech. If I feel a certain thing, I say I feel a certain thing, and so forth and so on. Your Fourth Amendment rights prohibits unreasonable searches and seizures. There are so many things. I just feel like when I look over the interrogatories, and I've talked about this I already made a video about the interrogatories. I just have not uploaded them to my actual Instagram page. But the things that she was asking me about people, like if I have a person that's going to call for a witness, she was asking me where they work, the title, what is their job title. You don't need to know all of that. What do that have to do with a child custody suit? I'm not a criminal. This is not a laundering. What do you call it? People stealing. This is not one of those cases. The Fifth Amendment right is mandates due process. This is what this is. That you have equal protection of the law, due process, right here. And I will talk about all these documents in its own separate thing, okay? The Fourth Amendment right guarantees all citizens equal protection of the law. And that's something that I have not held, because considering all these documents and all this information that I've given in these documents, not only that, asking a failure to dismiss a case, respondent's motion to dismiss for failure to state a claim, it have not been heard. Not only that, the continuance, motion for continuance, because I asked for time to get an attorney, and that hearings not be set until I retrieve an attorney. Nobody have not touched this particular thing. Not only that, I remember I brought it up on my July the 7th. Hearing date, and the judge that particular day Y'all should have heard her say it if y'all listened to that particular Zoom meeting that we had. It was partially y'all partially heard it. But she said you can call the coordinator to see if she will schedule you a de novo hearing. To see if. What you mean to see if? It's not an option. Matter of fact, it was canceled because of the pandemic. And I have emails that said when the court hearings proceed, then they will reschedule it. It have not been rescheduled, but everything else been rescheduled, but that the de novo hearing. And it's because I do not have an attorney. Okay, so um, you know, we it's just that we parents, and I don't know if my son's father attorney is a mother or not. Um, she's dressed kind of like pants, a woman like I'm a lady, I'm a girly girl, and I want to put on a skirt and a dress, okay? But she put pants on, she wear pants, and so I don't know if she a mother or not, but just a mother. You being a mother attorney and you taking other mothers through all of this because of your greed, your manipulation. It's not well with the Lord. I'm gonna tell you, like y'all. Oh Jesus, it's not well with the Lord, and a lot of people don't even reverence Jesus Christ, God, or whatever. They have their own, God that they worship to. But the one I'm talking about, Jesus Christ, it's not well with him to just blatantly know that you are trying to blatantly know that you are practicing injustice. Like when you go to law school to be an attorney, to be a judge, what have you, there is principles that you have to uphold. And I didn't even talk to you all about that. There is principles that you have to uphold. Performing the duties of judicial office impartially and diligently. That means impartially, you don't pick a side. You rightly divide the truth. And all the truth that I've sent to court. Now I'm done. I'm done at this point. Like, attorney is gonna take this. Jesus Christ, that's the attorney, or he's gonna send an attorney my way to take this case and pursue this case to me. And I stand on that faith. So all these papers, spending countless hours doing all, typing up papers, getting it critiqued, getting it read, getting it, all that things. It just takes up a lot of parents' time to do that. And but judges have been taking bribes for so long. They've been practicing injustice for so long. They've been immoral, unethical for so long, and it's time to stop. And God is going to show everybody, us all, who is in authority. He is in authority, and he likes justice. He's the God of justice. He's not a God of injustice. And when you're doing wicked stuff and you're doing evil things to people, I mean, that's not God. That's not justice. That's not a God is a just God, and it's just not right. Just because of I don't know. I don't know what people think, what judges think when they take bribes and gamble with children. You don't have a heart for children. Children is our future. Children is more precious than anything. And you're taking bribes. You're gonna put a child in the hands of a person that really don't want, it's not going to take out the time to care for them properly. And I'm just not just talking about money. Anybody can buy a person a thing. I can buy my kids something, but to take out time to raise them is very different. And so you want to take my child out of my household so a grandparent can have raised my child. I mean, I don't understand it, but this will conclude the message in this particular document. I wanted to talk about it here, performing the duties of judicial office impartially and diligently, but I will have its own particular, it's on video for this document. Okay, you